All right, so the coin we are covering today is Helium, or the HNT token, which is up modestly over the past couple of days on some uber bullish news that Helium is partnering with Dish to tap into the ever growing Helium 5G network. Dish is committed to buying 3.5 million Helium hotspots that they will use to onboard Dish customers in the future. Very bullish. Not financial advice, not telling you to go out and buy Helium. No, I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own homework, but that's about as positive news gets for a crypto project these days. A major player like Dish, who sees the $111 million investment that A16Z or Andreessen Horowitz has poured into the HNT token recently in their token sale. And that was not an equity investment. That was an investment directly into the HNT token. And if you're not familiar with Andreessen Horowitz, they're a huge VC venture firm in tech, traditional tech, and crypto. One of the smartest investors in the space, and Mark Andreessen, who basically invented the web browser in his dorm room at the University of Illinois in Champaign like 20 years ago. Certainly has had some huge wins in the crypto space and in the traditional space with Googles and the Facebooks of the world. And Dish, they see the writing on the wall that crypto is coming to eat their lunch in the future, and instead of waiting for one of those, if you can't beat them, join them type situation where they'd be forced to compete with a Helium head on, they are partnering directly with them and collectively going to build out potentially this massive next gen 5G network to disrupt the entire wireless industry and really help fuel the innovation in 5G's use in so many massive industries like transportation, healthcare, agriculture, you name it. So the market and the opportunity is massive for whoever can build that out and capture that market share in the future, because the future will be decentralized. And Helium, they already have 256,000 hotspots out there in the wild and operational, where the hotspot owners earn H&T. I'm sure some of you listening to this right now are Helium miners. If you are, leave a comment down below. Let us know your experience there. I have one on back order, in full disclosure. And what's nuts is in terms of back order, there are tons of miners, something like four or 500,000 more, nebulas and bobcats that are in the process of being shipped and deployed, with another 50 other manufacturers in the queue to be approved by the Helium team to go live anytime now. So the model is just a radically different, cost effective, scalable way to manage and build out wireless networks, essentially empowering people to run their own wireless infrastructure from their home, which is just pretty amazing, and also get paid for it. So, it's super ambitious. And if Helium can continue to slowly gobble up or quickly gobble up more of that market, and more incumbents realize they have to partner up with Helium or eventually be eaten up by them, it could be huge for the project. Or this is crypto, so it could have a million different ways where it could go wrong and blow up, and all those Helium miners are just one day doorstops for everybody. But yeah, I actually have one on back order from Bobcat. I think I put the order in like 5 months ago, still haven't gotten it. But with all these projects, love to kind of test and feel out what it's like, and so I have more to speak to, and more experience with all these different use cases within the industry. But Helium, very ambitious, very novel project, and really getting some actual traction out there in the real world. You look at their heat map, and it's nothing, not compared to a Sprint or anything where they have so much of the globe covered. But for a small Silicon Valley startup, it's pretty impressive how fast they built this out with really no to low, very kind of low cost situation, wherever they're exporting or outsourcing the creation of the miners. They're outsourcing the building out of the network, with the people's network, with the people who are mining this in their homes and their offices and their dens and their gyms. But yeah, I think this certainly in the future could we could look back, and this could potentially be a Netflix blockbuster situation where, instead of Dish kind of ignoring a smaller player like this, Blockbuster had the offer on the table to purchase Netflix, I think 15, 16 years ago, and they passed it up. I think this is something where Dish is seeing around the corner. They know what's going to happen in the future, and they want to be partnering with the leader in the space that's currently Helium. And I think in terms of price appreciation, where it can go from here. Obviously, we're just down from our all-time high, which was 26.69. Right now, we're at 24.85. The market cap is, for this is kind of a small to mid cap ish project. Its market cap is 2.4 billion. I think it certainly can, 4 or 5x from here, especially if the hype, gets to a point where, that it really does appreciate here in the next quarter or so. I think, more realistically, probably 2 to 3x in the next maybe few quarters, because if you look at even like a traditional market cap of a Dish's market cap is 22.5 billion. So, even if Helium completely knocks it out of the park and just gobbles up Dish's market share all in a month or two, which is not going to happen, that's a 10x from here, at least in terms of the traditional network model, where this could be a type of situation where you look at an Uber back in the day and it's like, oh, the market size isn't really that big. Well, Helium could be completely building out a completely new market here, where the possibilities for 5G in the future are limitless. So market caps aren't exactly comparable, but yeah. Anyway, I'm kind of rambling at this point. It's a very exciting project that we've had our eye on for quite a while. And yeah, let us know if you guys have the helium miners in your houses or wherever, and how that's been for you. What you think of the recent halving that happened? I think that was back in August, and how that's affected the your earnings and their price. And but yeah, our price prediction here is fairly modest. I think 2 to 3x in the next month, or not month, in next quarter or two, if all goes well and they continue to build these partnerships and continue to build out the network. But yeah, but where Bitcoin goes, Helium's going to go too in the short term. But anyway, yeah, let us know your thoughts. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the like and subscribe if you could. Leave us a comment. Every little bit helps there. And if you're listening on the Spotify's of the podcast or the iTunes, if you could leave us a review, that would be absolutely fantastic. Fantastic. And I apologize, kind of rambling today. But yeah, very exciting project. And yeah, hit those links for BlockFi. If you want to get the credit card, you get 3% back in Bitcoin with the credit card, and the savings account. The APYs on the stable coins are going up next month to 9%, which just destroys traditional banks. So 9% APY on USDC or USDT, and then 5% on Ethereum, 4.5% on Bitcoin. So you can just stack those Satoshis using BlockFi and that link down below. But anyway, I'm completely rambling. This has gone over our 5 minutes allocation. We will be back tomorrow with another coin analysis for you.